want to start with, you come from a very musical background.
Mm-hmm.
Your great-grandfather played the trumpet.
Yep.
His grandfather played the
Yep.
trumpet. Why did it
Guitar.
start
My
there?
father played the guitar, and I followed in his footsteps.
So you never had the inclination to try the trumpet?
I did. My grandfather tried to start me on the trumpet right around when I first picked up the guitar. So I could never eliminate the Dizzy Gillespie cheeks. Apparently that's a bad technique. You don't want them to blow out like a balloon or blowfish. I could never get it. I could never really get any notes out of it. And my grandfather was a very accomplished trumpet player and started me reading the music and the lines, and it just, I could never, get the positioning in the fingers. And I started playing trumpet. I gave it up pretty quickly. It wasn't for me. But the guitar, that was something. When I first got the guitar, it was like really, I knew that was what I wanted to do.
Is this, maybe, do you remember one or two records that your parents used to play?
My father used to play me a different record every Saturday. And it was everything. That's why my music taste is so eclectic. I mean, it was everything from a jazz standards record, Glenn Miller, Dizzy Gillespie, Maynard Ferguson, Arturo Sandoval, to then the next Saturday could have been Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick, in its entirety, side A and B, all 37 minutes of it, But truth be told, I mean, it was something that was very powerful. Music has always been very powerful in my life, and I'm a fan. That's the thing about it. I'm a fan first, and a musician second. I just like music. That's some people have that in them. So,
is there maybe one or two records that had a specific?
A lot of the British blues stuff. I mean, John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, Eric Clapton, John Mayall and the Blues Breakers with Peter Green, the Jeff Beck group Truth. That was a big record. Rory Gallagher, Irish Tour '74, Fresh Cream, The Blind Faith, one and only record. It's just the one and only. It's not the title of the album. It's Blind Faith. But a lot of the British stuff. Free, tons of sobs. A guitar player named Paul Kossoff was really big. Still a big influence on me. So I was an American kid discovering the British blues before I discovered the American blues. So I thought A Whole Lot of Love was a Zeppelin tune. I thought, Crossroads was a Cream tune. Before you know it, I was introduced to this whole world of American blues artists and kind of had to go backwards. I learned forwards to learn backwards. So.
Do you know why this preference for the British blues or the Irish blues?
When you're young,
where this come from?
Yeah, when you're young and, grew up in a television generation, so all the images come fast. So you develop the kids develop now at very natural ADDs, where their attention is diverted, so it's got to be quick and fast and lots of flashing lights and loud and keep your attention. And the subtleties of the original recordings are lost on a 6 or 7 year old's ear because you're running so fast and you're on to the next cartoon, Scooby-Doo, next. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So that's why I really preferred to do. That's why I preferred to listen to the British blues, because it was louder and faster and harder. It was more rock and roll. Subsequently did I discover B.B. King. Subsequently did I discover the great masters, Howlin' Wolf and Lonnie Johnson and all those guys. But my original introduction was the British.
When you did discover the Delta blues and the more original blues players, did a new world open up for you, like a playground?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, every time you discover something new, whether it be jazz or blues or whatever, rock and roll, your whole life becomes ensconced in this kind of music and in this general sense of discovery. That's my favorite part of music, is not listening to it 100 times over, is discovering it for the first time. And what happens is you end up chasing it. And when you chase it, that's the payoff, is when you find something really great that you enjoy, that inspires you. But once you've kind of worn that out, you're chasing the next to find the next thing that inspires you. It's an infinite amount of music. I mean, in the last century, there's been an infinite amount of music made.
And it's, I imagine, constantly developing. Are there then things now of modern music that influence you just as much as?
I still wake up every morning and want to play the guitar. I still want to play the guitar. I still want to do and I still love it. The day that I don't love it anymore and that it becomes a means to an end, just a paycheck or just, drudgery, then it's not honest anymore, and I really shouldn't do it anymore. And that's the deal I made with myself, is if it becomes like, I just don't want to do this anymore, then, or not exciting, then I know the fans that come and see me every day and play, they'll know that too, because we're intimately intertwined. They can tell when I'm having a good night or having fun, and they can certainly tell when I'm not, and it's kind of written on my face.
So, but now the good days definitely outweigh the bad ones?
Listen, I wake up every morning, I'm a paid musician who plays guitar. I wake up every morning, on my worst day, I thank my lucky stars. I'm a very lucky, fortunate musician who gets to play music for a living. There are so many talented people in this world. There are so many guitar players and singers and songwriters and artists out there who've hustled just as hard, if not harder, who play better, sing better, look better, write better. I'm just fortunate enough that I've been able to figure out a few tunes that have connected with people, and they come, So, again, on my worst day, it's better than what I could ever dreamed of. So, I'm very grateful.